going to be using our TI-83 Plus to get some basic numerical summaries of data. We'll be entering a list with edit, and then we'll be taking a look at the data summary of that list using calc. But the first thing that we want to do is make sure that our lists are clear, and to do that we can go to Stat, we can take a look at Edit, go into Enter, and we see we do have some data here. A couple of ways to get rid of this. One way is to use your up arrow, go into the title of the list, hit clear, and then enter, and your list is gone. You don't want to use delete for this because if you do, your entire list is going to go away and you'll have to enter it in again, which is a little bit of a problem. Okay, another way to do this is go back to Stat and go down to the number 4 here, which is the clear list. So we'll go down to 4, hit enter, and you do need to specify which list. So we'll go to second, list 1, and since it's already clearing it, you just go straight to enter and it will tell you that it's done. So let's put some new data into the L1. We'll go back to Stat, go up here, we'll be in Edit, we'll go down to Enter, and you'll see that we have both, everything is empty here, ready to populate. We'll use the arrow, we'll go into L1, let's put some numbers in. You can either use this and enter, or you can simply use a number pad and your down arrows, which is what I'm doing right now, and that should be enough. So let's take a look at the data that we've put in there. Go back to Stat, and now what you're going to do is go across to Calc here using your right arrow, and since we're only interested in L1, which is our X value, we're going to use the one variable stats, and we're going to go enter. You can either just hit enter again because there's only one list, or you can specify it again by going to second, L1, and then hit enter. First thing that you're going to see here is your X bar, which is your sample mean. This is also the population mean, or mu, and that of course is the average of those values that you put into L1. The second thing that you're going to see is a summation of the X values that you just put in. And the third thing you're going to see is a summation of those X values after they've been squared. These are what they actually use to calculate the standard deviation and the variance. If you have to do it by hand, they're very useful. Next thing that you're going to see is your S of X, and this is your standard deviation for the sample. It's always a little bit larger than your sigma of X, which is your population standard deviation. Reason being, this is divided by the entire n, this is divided by the n minus 1. You're going to notice that there's no variance here. If you need the variance, you would just take your S and square that. That would give you the sample variance. Or you could take your sigma, square that, and you're going to have your population variance. Okay, using the down arrow, let's see the rest of the data. We have the number of items that we put into the X spot. We have the minimum value, the first quartile, the median, which is the second quartile, third quartile, and the maximum value. These are what they call a 5-number summary, and this is what you would use when you're making a box plot. Okay, that's all for now.